Happy New Year to my viewers. I really do wish you the very best in this new year. As you go back to your normal life, going back to work, I wish you all the very best. Now, I made a video on 4 jobs that you would do and that would also allow you to travel 1 week or so before. And one of the jobs got like a lot of questions, and I thought I should address it as the caregiving job. I got a lot of questions, also my friends, and asking me how to give more information about this caregiving job. And here I am. So this year, if you want to be a caregiver, if you want to travel and don't want to lose your job, if you want to keep your job and be able to travel, I'm here to help. How good is that? So welcome back to my channel, and thank you very much for tuning in. If you've not liked my video, if you've not subscribed, consider doing so. It's really helps me. It's your support to me, watching my videos, liking them, and subscribing. So I got my notes here, so if you see me looking down, please pardon me. So elderly caregiving. First of all, you can be a caregiver for kids as well, but I'm gonna focus more on caregiving on elderly people. I am a caregiver personally, and that's how I'm able to work and travel to different country. So I thought this is a good opportunity for someone else who would want to do caregiving. And I have to repeat this: caregiving is a job that requires passion. It comes from within your heart. It's not, I don't know, it's someone is relying on you to take care of them, to be there for them. So I would say it's not a job that you just wake up and say, okay, I want to be a caregiver. No, it doesn't work like that. It has to come from within your heart. But so it's mostly taking care of old people, usually like the impairment that comes with old age. It could be chronic illness. It could be just company. We have clients who like have their family members are like working abroad or working in a different town or so, and they want someone to be with their loved ones. So sometimes it can be just company. You've been there, been able to talk, making meals together. Sometimes it can be easy as that, and sometimes it can be so hard, even you want to feel like quitting if you have so to say a client who is not so easy to handle. But all this requires patience. So I'm gonna go through the caregiver duties, or just to touch of them. Caregiver is really wide. It's a full course, almost 3 years. You have to do it. You have to learn how to do medication, how to deal with end life stages, and how to live with the other members of the family if your client live with the other members of the it's a whole wide topic that needs you to go to school and learn a little more about it. But I'm just gonna touch it so I can help you start this journey and be able to get your job and move to that country that you like. Also, you can do it in your country, but in the end I'm gonna say why I feel caregivers are not appreciated. Because at the end of the day, even if you're a caregiver and you're just taking care of this other person, it's your life. That's where you get your income. That's where you get your money, so to say, your salary. So one of the reasons you would do a caregiver course in your country and decide, okay, I want to go work somewhere else, not that you cannot provide your service to your country, it's because you feel more appreciated and you are able to work and even earn more money and be able to travel. So let's go through the requirements. I'm just pick one country and tell you the requirements. It's not, it doesn't vary. It's the same process and requirements. And I'm gonna tell you how to find a job. How cool is that? And if you decide to work abroad, at the end I'm gonna let you know prepare yourself on what you need to get before you can go and start your caregiving career. And of course, as usual, there's not so many disclaimers, but they are, but that should not let you give up. So caregiver duties, they include like if you become a caregiver, what do you do day to day? So number one, you have to remember it varies with the client. If you get a client with an old person with dementia, you have to learn how to take care of a person with dementia, because it's different with someone who has diabetes, so you have to know how to treat them. But the number one duty of a caregiver is taking care of, being there in person, showing up and being there. That is your first duty. You can manage medication. You can be in charge of, you are in charge of doctor's visit or going to see the nurses. And then if the person you're taking care of is old and is not able to bath by themselves, you have to bath them, prepare their meals if they're not able to. Then you help this person to process a formal document or informal document that is this person is not able to. So, and many more other duties that you have to do, but these are the basic duties for you to that you do. So for the requirement, I'm gonna take one country. I'm gonna pick Germany and go through the requirement. I once applied for jobs in Germany, but okay, I ended that. That's a different story. I know, I'm from experience, these are the requirements that for you to be a caregiver in Germany. So they need you to have finished your secondary education, that is the entry level, and then you must have your German level B1, B2, that is not so hard to get. You can do super intensive classes on that. And then when you're there, they give you a 3 years training. But don't panic on that, because these 3 years is divided. You're still earning your money and you're still in school, and then you're still going to work. So it's sort of divided into two. It's work and you are also in school. Or if 3 years is too much for you, you can decide to take a 1 year and become an assistant elderly caregiver. Then if you plan to go work abroad in Germany, you must get your police record straight. Then you have your health certificate, and of course a job offer from an employer. Those are the basic requirement, and that way you can become a caregiver in Germany. So how to find a job? For me, I must say, let's not go around this. It's not easy to get a job abroad, or sometimes even in your country. So you have to know how to go around it so that you get yourself that job. Number one, you can apply online, as everyone does. You can, even if you're lucky, you can get your job. And number two, you can use au pair platform. That is what I used. The au pair platform, only two. The aupair.com and Great Au Pair. They give, you can choose a job that you want, and you can choose as a caregiver or an au pair, but it's under those apps. So I used these two, like I just wrote, you take the job that you want to do, au pair, caregiver. There is all sort of job. You can be a pet, I don't know, walking pet, I don't know what. There's so many under these two, aupair.com and Great Au Pair. Just tick you want to be a caregiver, and there's so many families, there's so many nursing homes looking for to find a caregiver, and that way then you start communicating with this family, and they can decide to either give you a work, to help you get a work visa, or you can go around it. You become the au pair, and then you can, when you are in this country, you can find yourself caregiving job, because we have au pair visas, we don't have caregivers visas. So be smart, apply for au pair visa, and then when you're in this country, go do your caregiving job. So the other way how to find a job is through vocational training. This is so good because in Germany embassy they offer vocational training visa. They offer, it's called Ausbildung visa. So you can go to, I'm gonna leave these links down below on my description. Make it in Germany, and then you can get this Ausbildung site, and you click in caregiver, and then the city you want to do in Germany, and then once you get your a place for training, and then they can help you and send you the document that you need, and you can go to Germany as a trainee, but then again you get a dual trainee, like you're working and you're getting paid. That is also one way of finding yourself a job. So you found yourself a job. You have to prepare yourself, before there are things that you need to get before you travel, and you really, really need them. Coming from my experience, if you want to go and work in Germany, and you're in Kenya, you're in Tanzania, you're in Uganda, you're wherever you are, you're watching me from, you need your passport. So go apply for your passport. I keep on saying this. If you're a person, you feel like you want to travel, you want to be somewhere, and you even if you don't have the money right now, go take your passport. You never know. When I applied my passport, I didn't even have a plan to, I don't know, I didn't know where to start. I didn't even have enough savings, but I said, okay, it's a step. It's the first step. Get yourself a passport. Then if you want, say maybe towards the end of this year, you want to go abroad and be a caregiver in Germany, or Austria, or I don't know, Hungary or Italy, start learning the language. Usually it's not so much, they just need you to B2, and it's so basic so that you're able to communicate with your client. So start now, take intensive classes or super intensive, depending on how quick you learn languages, and you get to B2, and that is the requirement. So start now, prepare yourself. Then you need I'm not so sure it's a requirement, but I did a short course in caregiving, like 4 months, and I did an internship in a hospital, Nairobi hospital. I don't know if it's a requirement, but it's for you, to show your employer, like, you're ready, and you have gone to school, you have a little bit knowledge about this job. Attend this course and learn something, and be familiar with, how to be a caregiver, because you really need to go. It's a very, very wide topic. So you can do a short course, it's not so expensive, and then you get your certificate, and with your certificate it adds, to you getting a job. It's like a plus for you to get this job. Then depending on where you learn your course, if the school is offering first aid, it's also good to have your first aid certificate. And the police record, usually it takes some, I don't know, nowadays it's online, so go get your fingerprints and just make sure your record is straight. Now disclaimer, not so to say a disclaimer, something that would make you think twice of starting your journey as a caregiver. We have things like caregiver stress. This is so important. This is actually one of the reasons where family members decide to have, a caregiver, because it could be so stressful. If the stress is coming from your client and then coming to you, you can go mental, I tell you. So caregiver stress, you have to know how to handle it. You have to know how to you learn this when you're doing your course, how to deal with your client and how to take care of yourself mentally and how to switch off after you leave your workplace, go home, be with your friends and go back to your normal life. So it can give you very, very bad stress. If you're working abroad, you can get homesick. If you get like a contract, I don't know, for 5 years or so, and you can get homesick and miss your friends and family, but that's something you can deal with. Then we have something called end of end of life care. Can be very, very hard if you have a client who is on, say to say, for example, in his or her cancer stage 4, and this person is gonna die and you are there as a caregiver. It could be so, so sad, because you become friends with these people, these grandmothers and grandfather. They're so happy to be with you. You become connected, you become friends, and when it's time to have to say goodbye and your client is gonna end, it's so hard. I must say, it's so hard to deal with this. So these are some of the things you should consider before you start your caregiving journey. And sometimes you have less free time. As much as it's a job that would allow you to travel, sometimes when you're needed like a full week or even up to Saturday, and you have like a half day only on Sunday. So sometimes you're needed to be there. But of course, when you're signing your contract, you say you work, I don't know, every day from 8 to 12 or from 12 to 5. But then again, your client can, or the person who is taking over your shift could be sick, so you have to be open-minded and be ready. You can get a call anytime. Please come in and we need you. But this, as a caregiver, as I come to an end, you can work in a nursing home, and also you can decide to find yourself a family. So whichever suits you, you can decide to work with a family. And caregiver is not a maid. You have to know this. You're not a house help. I'm not saying a maid is a bad job. Being a house help is also a nice job, but these are two different things. When you work with a family, you make sure there's a person who is doing all the other work. There's a house help for them. You are in charge of this client, her medication, his day-to-day life, and you're there. You're answerable on anything. So don't go there, being so good, washing other people, doing laundry, washing clothes, I don't know, washing utensils and stuff, and then your client is falling in the bathroom. This is not acceptable. So you work entirely you're in charge of this person entirely. You can say to work in a nursing home where you have shifts, this person come this time. It's up to you where you want. So I really hope I have covered everything on caregiving. Sorry if the video is so long, but I hope you now you have an idea of how you can start your journey as a caregiver. You're welcome to ask me any questions on my comment below, and I'm so glad to help you. If you're stuck somewhere and you don't know how to start, please comment and ask me, and I'll be happy to answer you. So thank you very much for making it to the end, and I wish you all the best as you start your caregiving journey. Ciao, ciao.